All right, guys, we are back for another week, another queen in the room. This week we have the beautiful, the tan, the very well-nourished skin Ellen, who is the owner of Southern Soleil, which is an amazing, she will explain everything they do, but they do spray tans, teeth whitening, a lot of different things. However, she's more than that. She's basically a Greenville native at this point, recently married, is in her mid-30s, like everything that we feel like our viewers need to hear right now.
Sweet.
And so, do you want to kind of tell everybody like about yourself and, you know, about what you do, a little bit about who you are and, you know.
Okay, yeah. So my name obviously is Ellen Sheffer, and I'm originally from Barbecue, North Carolina.
Barbecue? Where's that?
Barbecue. So it's...
Wait, it's really barbecue?
It's barbecue. So it's not even a town. It's a township. It's very small. So like growing up, like my address is Sanford, but I'm 45 minutes from Sanford.
Okay, we
so that's where our post office was
just
at.
Came out. Did you hear that? Like when she was talking, your country accent when you were.
It does come and go.
I heard
it comes and it goes.
Because I feel like you would totally be a city girl. That's the weirdest thing. Okay, so barbecue.
Sure. Yep. So and then growing up, right outside of Fayetteville. That's where like. We had to go for everything, you know, went out there for cheer and all that stuff. So, I'm from the country. And so Greenville is big to me. And that's why I like it. Yeah. But I mean, I've gone, you know, big cities, Charlotte, all that. It is not for me. Yeah. I don't particularly like the city. It's just it's like the hustle and bustle, and like I like to be up at 5:30, 6 o'clock, and there's no one on the road. I'm so happy.
Oh yeah, that's true. I was driving from Raleigh this morning, and it was like you better have your shit together. You will get in a wreck. There is no looking down at the phone.
And that's what that's how I was raised. That's what I'm used to. Like that's literally what I grew up around. So I think like for me. But as I get older, I definitely like the quiet too. But I do miss the chaos. It's just like let's go. Let me get in this car with my coffee. Like
I feel like I live that life in Greenville though.
No, you do. That's why I'm like I do. You are the city here. You're very. You do. So tell us a little bit about. Okay, so you're from barbecue. Do you have siblings? Tell us about your family. All of that good stuff. Okay, so my mom is from Korea, so she immigrated here when she was 18. Wow. And then my dad is from Pennsylvania. He's Pennsylvania Dutch. And then he went into the military at 18. So he's retired Special Forces now. And then my mom owned different businesses and restaurants kind of like growing up. She owned businesses. Yeah. Look, the apple does not fall far from the tree.
Doesn't it?
I never thought that I would open up my own business, but okay.
I can't wait for them to. I can't wait for them to hear your story of how this even started, because we don't even know how Southern Soleil started. Actually, no. Why were you? Why spray tanning?
Why you want to tan people? I mean, I love it, but
that was a job. I had to learn that when I was in college, going to school to be a psychologist. So I was
a psychologist.
So my degrees are neuroscience. This is why we
get girls like this on the podcast.
Yeah.
So it's neuroscience, psychology, and alcohol and drug studies.
Oh,
she's a smarty.
So I was a counselor for a really long time. Even like I would volunteer and leading up to graduation. So as I graduated ECU, I transitioned over into staff, and so I worked at a crisis center. So that was a 24-hour like hotline, and then like we had in studio or whatever you'd call it, the clinic time. I've been away from it for it seems like almost 15, 20 years at this point, but yes, so we would do anything from suicide, domestic violence, rape. So we would have people call in 24/7. Loved my job. I just knew that like after I graduated, like my intention was to get my master's and my PhD.
Right, as it was at our age back then, because you weren't just done when you had your job. We wanted to do more.
Yeah. Right.
Always.
So it actually took me 6 years to graduate because I was on a 3-year track for my double major.
Okay.
But then I like lost my mind for a little bit because I was so stressed out with school.
Let's talk about that.
So so I was going to school for like what I was doing.
What you mean?
Like
that's heavy.
So I already was like living like, you know, what I was going to school for. So I felt really connected to people when I was like on the phone or on the hotline, things like that. Yeah.
You mean you were like going through some of that like personally?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's why it took me. So I took a year of absence and I came back after a year and then I finished. That was the hardest year ever.
Was it more family or relationship wise? Or do you not want to talk about it? You don't have to, but anything you want to share, I know
it was
would be
just
really
me.
helpful.
I was just overwhelmed.
It's never just us though.
So no, it really was
because hearing those people's stories and them coming to you and putting all that on you too was so heavy that like you were probably already overwhelmed and then that.
So sometimes, yes, like you take it home, but then you learn like not to bring it home. So I could disconnect. Yeah. But after a while, when I'd been in there, you do become, I mean, I guess somewhat numb to it, and I feel bad saying that.
Well, you probably as a nurse.
Absolutely.
When you're in nursing school, you kind of become numb to like, like I'm doing CPR and now they're dead. So we understand that for sure. Like from a different aspect. I mean,
but you also have to.
You have to
because if not, you will go out of your mind.
So you took a year off just because mentally, you were just like exhausted, or you felt confused?
I was a double major, and I was working in a research lab. So I was flying all over presenting research. I did fetal alcohol spectrum disorders, and so I did we use the rodent model. So I would go in there and actually like cut up brains. That's what I would do, and then I would examine all the brains.
Reached capacity.
Yeah, I was done. I was done because I was.
How old were you?
So I'm older for like my class.
Yeah.
So when I came into college, I was already 18, but that like November I'd already turned 19. So 19.
Not really older.
Probably
though.
like
my
21.
best friend was 19 when she started college.
21 or 22, and then
such a hard time too being a girl. At that age.
And so like typically then, because 4 years I would have been out at 23. And then I would have went back in. And then I was like, no, I cannot do that. I cannot go back to school because I just wasn't in a place, like, it just didn't make me happy. Like, for a while, I'd always say, I was like, I'm the best student ever. Like, I could be a student for life.
Yeah.
I was, like, student for life. But then I was like, no, like, I didn't enjoy it anymore. And literally, like, research, trying to like have a social life, and then also like, I don't know, being in a relationship. I was in a relationship and it wasn't bad. I was actually like, I think during that time I was with the same guy for several years.
You're a relationship gal.
Yeah, okay. I'm like a serial monogamous.
Yes, yeah.
So I'm like,
I think it's a problem. I think something's wrong with, not in a bad way, but I think like mentally, it's like you think about it and you're like, it's not a bad thing because then you risk getting a lot of diseases and all that. But then it's also like, wow, like we really just stick with it for a long time.
Absolutely, 100%.
So you were in a good, that's good. You were in a good relationship. So it wasn't any of that. You were just the maybe capacity level and not happy, didn't know what the hell you were going to do.
Yeah, it was just like finding out who you were in your like early 20s. You think that you're going to be a doctor and open up your own clinic, but then that's really not working. So going back to the spray tanning.
Yeah.
How did
we squirrel
like,
on
how do we go from
this is how it started because school. So during undergrad, I worked at a spa, so I had to learn how to spray tan. It was part of my job.
Tell us about the spa. What kind of spa was it?
It was Merle Norman here.
So I used to love Merle Norman.
Yeah,
I used to go there
back in the day,
they were legit.
So I started off as a spa attendant, so I just cleaned because I was like, I was so nervous to talk to people at the time. Like now, like just it's so natural to me.
So
are you a natural introvert like me? Okay, I was too. You gotta train yourself.
Yeah.
You're not an introvert at all.
Oh yeah, no.
It would give me it used to give me panic attacks to have to fucking talk to people.
Josh is like, he's like, you need to leave the house today.
No, and that's I'm like, me. That's why I've got to keep doing this podcast. I would stay in my townhome
I was like, no,
forever.
I'm really content. I'm good.
No, we are though, but it's not good.
You know, you got here on Friday. Yeah. It's now Monday. Let's get it. Yeah. No, but I really do. I love being by myself, and that's the Scorpio part of me.
I like being by Beckett, my son. Oh gosh, that makes so much. He loves being by himself too.
Yeah, I love being.
I feel better about that now because sometimes you're like, "Are you good?" I literally will just barge in his room. I'm like, "Hi."
Oh yeah,
teenage boys. I'm like, "Hi."
Yeah, no, I spent a lot of time in my room as a kid, and I mean, I don't know. I was a writer as a kid. I loved to write.
Oh, cool.
I would, yeah.
I love to write too. So does
I
he.
love
That's funny.
that.
Creative.
You should do eventually some kind of blog or vlog for your tanning chronicles.
Yes, you should.
That would be so cool. Anyway,
you deal with a lot of what's it called, sorority girls too.
So
don't you?
We're starting to get into that, but we actually don't. A lot of people think we do a lot of students as well, but we actually just do a lot of housewives.
You do a lot of people with money.
A lot of
people that live here.
You need to get a good spray tan though. This ain't no machine.
That part. And her
this ain't
spray
no
tan,
machine. She's like, hey, you want abs? Here you go.
No,
You want
literally,
this?
she gives us abs.
No,
Before
I mean,
my birthday, she gave me
No,
more
you really
abs.
are the best. That you get what you pay for.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so we are.
Let's
I
go.
love to
You were
squirrel.
Admiral Norman, and you were just doing like
yeah. So my training, I learned how to spray like this much of a stomach.
Okay.
And then that was my training.
Wow.
And then I had to
figure it out.
Yeah,
figure out the whole rest of the body.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they came back. I gained some regulars, but it wasn't something I did every day.
Okay.
So you got your degree, I'm assuming. And
Yes, I did. I went back to school. I graduated. We're good.
We're
good.
And then what happened?
And then what happened? Like, how did you go from that to a business and everything else?
Yeah,
drink that
that
water,
is,
girl. Gotta drink it.
Because that is like, it is cool though to see. And I hope the viewers can like understand, things are not always or ever linear. And I feel like at our age, in our 30s, early 40s, like you learn like that is a part of the journey. And I feel like when I was in my 20s, we probably all felt this way. We were like, okay, this is the way it's going to be.
Yes.
And then I'm going to be rich.
Yes.
And then I'm going to have kids. It's going to be great. Or I'm going to be married or whatever. And all these things. And it's like nothing is linear.
And you also got to shift. Like, life goes in directions that you have no idea. Like, literally, I mean, look at my life the past couple of days. You think it's going to be one way, and then all of a sudden it shifts. But you have to, in your body and in every other way, like, know how to shift with it. Because if you don't, that's when you get stuck. And you're just, like, depressed and everything else because your life isn't what you thought it was going to be, but it's okay. That's life.
Yeah, I've definitely had to
roll
learn
with
how
it,
to
man.
pivot.
You gotta
being
pivot.
a business owner, because I used to not be able to pivot at all.
Yeah.
It would stress me so much. Like I'm like by the book. Like I love my schedule. I'm like, yay! Like I'm on time. Yay, yay,
me
yay!
too. I'm like, hey, 9:45. This time, that time, and then it's like.
Oh, yes. Like
in your day.
I love when I can spray tan someone and I can be like, okay, I will be done. I'll have you out of here by blah, blah time. And after I'm done spraying them and I have to look at the time, I'm like, damn, I'm good. Yeah. I was like, and your rinse off time is so-and-so. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But remind me what we were talking about.
You graduated, and what got you? Were you ever? You were when you graduated. Were you? You said you were working in your profession for a while.
That's what we were talking about. Okay, I was a counselor. Loved my job. Did not want to go back to school. I quit my job.
Oh.
I just quit. I gave 2 weeks notice. I did, and I quit. I didn't have a job lined up. So then I was really, really poor, super, super poor. I had like I met Josh when I worked at this is another salon. That's how I met him later on in life.
Okay.
So anyways, super, super poor. I remember calling my dad.
Why did you quit?
Oh, I just didn't want to do it anymore.
There we go, guys. There it is. She didn't want to do it anymore.
I just didn't want to do it anymore.
Guys, if you don't want to do it, just,
Yeah,
I love it.
So I put in my 2 weeks.
I love it.
I left.
I didn't want to, so I didn't do it.
Yeah,
period.
I knew I wasn't going to climb up that ladder if I didn't go back to school. So
and life was going to be okay afterwards. People think that if you just decide to do that, like literally the world is going to fall apart. But guess what? You're going to figure it out.
It does for a little bit.
But you kind of need it to.
It does fall.
You might need it to.
You absolutely do.
Yeah.
So I called my dad up. And it wasn't like I was still trying to find a job. And that's when I was like, I'll go back in the salon and spa industry. But I called him and I was like, Dad, I just don't have any money. And he said he doesn't remember this, but I remember it clear as day. And he said, honey, of course, do I have ramen? Yes, Dad, I have ramen. He goes,
I got the noodles.
Do you have honey and crackers? I said, yes. He goes, well, I mean, if you have honey and crackers, you're doing just great. And
military guy.
Ever since then, I was like,
honey and crackers.
All right.
Yeah.
And then there's another instance, like I had called my sister crying about something, and she was like, you need to pull up your big girl panties and like get it done. I was like, okay. So after those 2 instances, I've literally never asked anybody for help ever again.
Wow, yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Again. So then, this was earlier 2000s, you know, when I learned how to spray tan. But it didn't start trickling over here into East Coast until later, okay?
My first good spray tan was you. Before that, I was in the machines, and I hated it.
Me too.
So
Me too.
as I'm sitting at home, you know, all I'm watching is E. And I'm like,
and that's what they're doing.
And I'm
there.
like, I just want to live a different life. I was like, I was not made to live a mediocre life.
Yeah. What were you doing? Where were you working at the time? You said another spa?
No, I didn't have a job for a long time.
Okay.
I didn't have a job for a long time. And I was like super negative in my account. And like, it was terrible.
I can't even imagine.
But then I went back to Royal Norman, and they didn't offer me a position back because they didn't have anything available at the time. And so I was like, it's okay. So I went over to Panache, which isn't there anymore, but they were a salon and spa.
I feel like I remember that name.
Kind of.
It's where Arlington Hair Company is now, not the Boulevard. Right beside Pure Bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I managed. So I started out as receptionist, and then I managed. And then while I was working there, I started mobile tanning.
Okay.
And so
tell us how that was born.
Oh, well, I mean,
did you just go on Amazon? You're like, I'm going to buy a tent to spray people in.
No, I was watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yes.
And I saw Kim get tanned by Fabiola, which now I can say, like, I even know Fabiola.
Because that was some of your training, right? I remember you telling me that,
absolutely.
Which is so dope.
So I saw her, and I was like, it was a skill I had put back in my head. I never thought I was going to use it, right?
Yeah.
But it was a skill set I had, and I was like, I can do that. I can make some money.
That's so dope.
I called my dad. Yeah. I was like, okay, Dad.
Yeah.
Here's my thing.
He's like, you're crazy. My dad always thought I was crazy with my ideas too.
And so it was, what was I going to say? It was about, I don't know, give or take like $500, $600 to get started.
Yeah, okay.
Like
for the sprays
with like
and the machine.
some solution, like maybe half of this amount of solution, and then like my machine and my tent, and that was it.
Wow.
And so when I started, there wasn't training. Like, and there was only this one blog. It was called Tan Talk, and it was like old, like AOL.com shit.
Stop.
And like when you got on there,
Tan Talk.
you would type in. It still even had like the old font.
I love that, though.
And so
that font.
you could ask a question and just pray
like
that
Ask
someone,
Jeeves, like Ask Jeeves.
someone, please let me know. And they may respond like 6 months later.
And it may be accurate. It may not be.
I remember those things completely. I would ask it things too.
Wow. So you were just winging.
That's crazy.
She was winging. She was like,
You're like, I'm going to figure it out now.
Well, yeah, nothing to lose. Were you in a relationship yet? Or no? Were you with Josh already? Or are you another guy?
So during this time, like, when I came to college, I like dated my high school sweetheart.
Okay.
Then we broke up. Then I dated another guy in college for 4 years. Definitely thought I was going to marry him. Then after that, during this time, oh my God, I forgot about him.
Oh, I love it.
He
Let's
was bad. He was bad, but that wasn't
was
in college.
This guy.
I can't say his
Oh,
name.
no, that's fine.
We
I was
shall
just
not.
like,
He knows who he is.
He does know who
He
he
knows.
is.
He would, yeah.
I hope he's sleeping well at night.
I would have to tell him who was sitting like in front of me, like around a table. Like I couldn't go anywhere.
No.
So that was like 2 years of my life that I was like,
oh no,
just going to work.
yeah.
Being dragged.
Those
Yeah.
men.
So then when I worked at Panache, I met Josh later on. And so that was 11 years ago.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was 11 years ago.
So mobile tanning.
So you buy your things. You're like, Dad,
Yep.
I need to do this.
Yep, got that. So got my equipment, and then, I have this whole salon of girls, cosmetologists, esthetician, massage
You start
therapists.
spraying them.
No, they wouldn't let me spray them.
Okay.
No,
okay.
they were like,
were screwed?
because no one around here really tanned
Oh, yeah,
aside from
that's
Merle
true.
Norman.
Yeah, or real tanning.
In the tanning
Which
beds.
you know you hate.
I do hate that.
We try our best not to tan in the
Seriously,
tanning
that's
beds.
why I'm so pale right now, because I've been at
proud
work.
of you. I'm proud of you.
You're only a
it's
spray
hard.
tan away from being tan, though.
This is true.
That's right. That's right. And just throw a little bit of bronzer on. You good?
Yes.
You good?
And the lotion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, moisturize for sure. That's key.
Yeah.
We know.
I gotta dump myself in
So
the
who was your
lotion.
first client? Were you like spraying Josh or what?
So, no,
yourself?
I would spray myself. And so that's when people always ask me, like, do you tan yourself? I'm like, yes, I tan myself because nobody else would tan me. And people wouldn't let me tan them unless they saw me. And once I didn't look weird, and I was like, if I don't look weird, then I'm not going to make you look weird. So, like, they were like, okay,
you are
slowly.
your own best advertisement. I love that.
I believe it was April Lynch was probably one of my very first, like, trial tans, because she was a hairstylist at Panache, and she actually, that's her building now.
Oh wow.
The Arlington
That's
Hair Company,
so cool.
full circle, right?
Yes.
So she was a booth, well, she was commissioned, then she turned booth renter, and then she left, did her own thing, came back, and now that's her place.
That's so cool. So you sprayed her.
Yeah, and then it wasn't bad. And
Look at that. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. So, yeah, and then I just kept practicing and practicing, and slowly, man, I wanted to bring my business cards that I had. I've kept all my business cards. They were so ugly. They were so stock, and they were like just brown and just ugly. But
yeah, but you had them.
But I had them, and I put them up in like the front of Panache, and when people came in, they would say like, oh, who does spray tanning? Because again, and that was when I did mobile. Yeah. Because I even asked the owner of the salon at the time, like, do you think that I could do this? And like, no, there's no revenue in it. No. We're not going to get enough clientele. Okay, I was like, can I put my business cards up? She's like, sure, why not? Yeah. I was like, okay. And so as I was a receptionist, then I moved up and I managed, and I would work during the day. So afternoon and evening I would tan. And I would drive up to like 2 hours to tan one body. And at that time, my tans were like 45, 50, 55, something like that.
You were breaking even.
I wouldn't make
maybe not.
I wouldn't make
not
it
with supplies.
anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You were just covering gas and supplies.
Nothing. And recently I posted on Instagram like my video saying like I'll never forget where we started. And there were pictures. I remember, like I said, there was like a liter of solution. I had a pre-spray and a post-spray, and I'm like, yippee.
Yes, because you were just doing it, man. Building the plane.
Man, and right. And so I used to spray tan on floral sheets. Do you know how embarrassing? Like, looking back at that, I'm like,
they're probably cheap.
Floral sheets. No, they were growing up. I still have the damn floral sheets from my parents' house.
I love it. You did what you had to do.
I did what I had to do. And I got it. I did what I had to do. And so that was the start of Southern Soleil. Did I ever think that this would continue? No, because I met Josh at Panache.
Josh at Panache. Josh at Panache.
That is so funny. Okay, yeah. So I met Josh at Panache, and then he would just get his hair cut there. That's how I met him. And if y'all know Josh, he doesn't have a lot of hair. So so the fact that he would get his hair cut there, it was like 15 minutes. I'd see him, right? So we'd hang out. We hung out with the same crowd, and then he found out that I was single after I broke up with the really bad guy.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I was single, he called me and was like, hey, do you want to go grab a drink? And I was like, what did I say? I said, I guess so. Or sure, something like that. And then he said, okay, well, just, let me know when you're ready. I said, no. I said, you tell me a time. I was like, I'm not like most girls.
I love it.
So he told me a time, and I got there right at that time. Yeah. And I was like wearing this like Bob Marley shirt and like some jeans. Like
I love it.
Yeah, some like low-rise jeans. I still have that shirt.
So why do you feel like out of all of the guys that you were dating, because you've dated people for like long periods of time, why do you feel like Josh was it for you? Like, why are you two the ones that like, Now you're with him for over a decade.
So I'm curious.
Yeah. He's always been like, he's always there.
He's
I love
like
it.
partner.
Yeah.
He's believed in me when nobody else believed in me.
It's huge.
And
that's so huge.
Yeah. So like he gives me pep talks all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And I just like right before we came on, he had texted me. He was like, "You're great. You're beautiful. You're intelligent. You're smart."
I love
my dad's like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Most men are not that way. That's wonderful.
Yeah, so
it's huge.
He's just a really good support system.
Yeah.
And we share a lot of laughs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really just like, it's me and him, like, taking on the world, you know?
You
And
guys seem like besties for sure.
Yeah, because we were friends before.
Yeah.
Like, we
Which
were
is important.
We were friends before. Never did I think I was going to date him at all. But, like, we caught feelings.
Yeah.
Like,
which is important.
Yeah.
You know?
And
especially when you start in the friend zone.
Yeah.
we did not kiss for, like, months.
Oh,
And
wow.
I didn't. And like one day we were in our friend's house, and like he looked at me. And I'll never forget it. He's like, "I can't take it anymore."
Oh, I'm surprised he held out that long.
And so
Maybe
then
he was nervous about
kissed
how
me.
you would act.
And we kissed for like 30, not even 30 seconds, probably like 15 seconds. And then someone was coming in through the door, and we were like,
Like y'all were like not full ass grown adults.
Oh my God.
yes. And then we were like,
I love it.
yeah. So
That's so cute.
That's like the start. And like, okay, being broke. Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about being broke.
Josh,
Yeah.
I had $5 in my account, and it was my friend's birthday. We were all going to the same birthday party, and I was like, I really cannot.
Let's go to rehab so we can get penny liquor.
It was at Tokyo Express.
Okay.
Or Tokyo, Japan? Or whatever. We were getting sushi, and I was like,
the one where you can't sit down and
sushi is
eat.
cheap. I was like, I can do this. So I had $5 in my account. I can get a miso soup, and I got a Bud Light. And then I was like, I was good. and I was like, birthday present, spray tan for my friend.
Services.
Got her a spray
Services.
tan. That was it. I was good. And then I was just gonna go home, and they were all. The Buck was doing their soft opening that night.
Oh, the Buck.
Wow.
The Buck.
Opening.
That was back in the day.
Soft opening. And I remember still to this day, because it was so vivid to me because of the story, the $5. I couldn't afford anything. And Josh was like, "You can come." He's like, "I'll buy you a drink." I was like, "It's okay."
And like you said, you didn't want to ask for help ever again after the cracker honey thing.
Yeah. So I was like, whatever. And then, but I went and had fun. And like, I remember the smell of the wood. It was so fresh.
Yeah. Yeah. You never forget like smells of certain things. That's the crazy thing about life.
I've been there a couple times. Not many, but a
time
couple.
or
I've been there a
two.
After
couple
that, you're
times.
like, like he's cool. He knows that I'm broke ski, and he's offering to, buy my drinks.
At that time, probably $1.25.
It was so cheap back then to drink. Man, that was like freaking $12.75 for a
They
damn
have the
cocktail.
specials everywhere too, and you
$18 for a cocktail. I'm like,
it better get me right if I'm paying $18. Like it better be like a shot.
They are now. It's crazy when you think about how much drinks used to be.
It's $20, a whole $20 for a drink now.
Yeah,
like,
a whole
after
$20.
if you tip off of your one cocktail, it's $20.
It is.
Yeah,
if not $25.
I love me a good Starlight drink, a good native drink, Foreign Chef, all things. But it's just cost of living is so cost of everything is so expensive. So, okay, so you start mobile tanning in 2011. You start building it. You meet Josh. Y'all are a whole vibe.
Whole thing.
How do you get this brick and mortar open in 2019? Because I think especially for the viewers, I love that we're going the entrepreneur route. They would love to hear because with Smash, when me and Justin opened it, we started with delivery. We didn't start with a brick and mortar because we couldn't afford it. And so I'm sure you were that same route. So how did you? Because you don't have investors, right? You don't have to say, okay, you don't even have investors. We had to get investors.
I'm a bootstrapper.
How did you build from, 2011 to now? Because literally you're on our favorite street. I love that street. I love Dickinson. It's, in my opinion, in the next 5 years going to be
beautiful
the modern street
Oh,
of Greenville. Yeah. So we just want to know how did you plan and how did you get there?
It was
do you remember?
Yes. Yeah. Some of it's a little like but I do remember. So it took about 1.5 years to get that space.
Okay.
It was a whole year of negotiations, and then about 6 months of a bidding war.
Yeah, because it was all that. Well, because we had gotten into Smash a couple years before you came in, like 16 or 17, and it was all new. Those were all like new buildings or buildings that were renovating or being redone. So yeah, tell us about it.
So when I remember when I signed, like. So where From Marfa was there.
Oh, I used to love that
after
so
like
much.
they had that space, and then it was Stumpy's, and then Emporium and me, and all of that was boarded up when I signed my lease.
Wow.
So I signed into so it was my 30th birthday. I made sure I signed on 11/20 on my 30th birthday, and
because schedule
there was everything was just boarded up with plywood. And so, like, I'm standing in front, like, yay! And
dude, that's so dope. You'll have to send us that picture so we can put it on our channel.
It's just it's wild to see that looking back, but it's grown a lot. So going back, so Josh was in real estate.
Okay,
so that's like I skipped over.
That's right. I forgot he was in real estate.
So Josh was in real estate, so he knew people. So that's how we were able to get help with getting our space. I don't know how many times I cried to Byron, our agent, and I was like, "You cannot let this space go."
Yeah,
like, and I was so serious. I was like, "You need to fight for me." I was like, "We have been in this together for like over 1 year," and I'm like,
What was going on with it? Why was it so hard to get the space?
So,
and does this happen a lot when people are trying to get into spaces? Okay.
Especially down there, because you have to have a certain business plan. They're just not going to let anybody in there.
Okay.
Because if you're not the fit, they're not. They don't want you.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so
people don't think about that. They think they can just
put a business anywhere.
Rent.
But if your business, as you can see, there were other businesses there, and they are no longer there because they and their clientele unfortunately did not. I am the only original business there aside from Jack Brown's.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
That is
I am proud of myself for that.
You should be.
And I am for the longest time, I was solo.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Tell me why you can't hustle.
That part. Yeah.
Tell me why you can't hustle.
Period. Like, you gotta look in the mic for that.
I'm so serious. Like, so when people are like, I'm diverting because this is a hot spot for me. This is a hot spot for me. When people say, has the construction affected your business?
Oh, I've watched you post about this too.
No, it hasn't because people want to come to my business.
That part, and that gave me chills. People want to come to your business.
I make it easy. I have paid for parking. So when you come, you will have a space. If you have an appointment, you have a parking space. I'm sorry that if other businesses, you don't think of that, but I did because I was down in Scirocco's Hair Studios on Evans Street years before this, and I had to turn clients away all the time because when it would pour down rain, it was just like knowing like they were gonna mess up their tan.
And we've never had that issue. You're like, park in the back, walk in the back, instructions,
she
done. Text the next day, text 3 days.
Yeah,
your customer service is superior. And I think that's so important for people to hear because they think they can just do shit and people will come. And no, you have to be that person that they want to choose. They can go to Suntan City and get a mediocre tan for $50 or come to you for $20 more, $30 more, depends what they want, and get the best. And I love that you said that because it really did get it's not, I'm not going to say annoying, but like people being like, oh, nobody wants to go downtown, and it's like,
okay, I don't like big cities, but every time I go into a big city, isn't there construction everywhere you go? Everywhere you go.
Figure it out.
New York City, hello, big billboards are covered up all the time.
People are still going.
Yeah, you have to bring the need and the want and the drive to your business, and when people come in, you're going to get an amazing service every time.
And that's so true with you. That's just that's what it is. Gosh, that's so good. I'm just
like it makes me so angry.
Well, because and also you came from, this amazing career you thought you would have. You leave it all behind, all the schooling money that was paid for that, all of that. to build literally from spray tanning your friend at that salon who now owns that salon because nobody would let you spray them, to spraying yourself, to now getting this brick and mortar. And so how did you, let's go into 2020. How did, because you opened in 2019.
Yeah.
So what in the hell happened?
So we signed November 2018.
And I remember you sprayed me in that building right when you opened because I was pregnant with Cece. So you sprayed me right before y'all shut down.
I still have the Himalayan salt Scentsy pot.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I remember. Always representing.
Yep. So, signed in 18. Construction couldn't start until March. No. We started probably like in February slowly, but like hitting it really heavy in March.
I know you were struggling because November to March, you were like, come on, let's go.
And so, but Josh and I, we bought all of our materials.
I remember y'all were in there doing things.
And this was Ronnie at the time.
Oh, I remember.
Ronnie, he didn't have his precision renovations then. He didn't have precision renovations. And so he did a lot of the work in there, majority of the work. And it was like we bought our supplies, they'd put it up. We'd buy our next set of supplies and they'd put it up.
Wow. Total teamwork collab. Yeah.
There
was no, here's what I need, go do it. It was like, hey, I'm buying these supplies today. This week, can we do this part? Wow. You were probably really having to be on it.
And I told Josh I will never pick up sheetrock ever again.
Oh, I bet. I can't imagine. That sounds horrible. It sounds painful.
It is so heavy.
Yeah.
It is so heavy. Yeah. And we had to do sheetrock like one by one because we didn't have like a lift or anything. So we had to bring it into the salon. So every piece of wood, every piece of sheetrock, every piece of paint, it's us.
So boss. Yeah. That's so baller. You were like, this is opening.
Yeah.
This
one way or another.
Is happening. I will spray you here.
I will spray you on my grandma sheets.
Yes.
I will spray you on my grandma sheets.
Yeah,
and
real,
so
though.
I did. And so people see it now and they're like, wow, like, I wish I could have that. It was so easy. Like, let's look back. Let's look back. Do y'all remember when there was nothing? I had like two antique like yellow chairs. I had one couch that I still have, but I took it out this couch.
Yes.
I took it out because it was just getting ruined. But I had it since like me and my dad. I had it since I was 14. Okay, I've had that couch since I was 14. Yeah. Everything in the salon is like antique, and so it has a meaning to it, and a lot of it
the name is French, as you said, so it all makes sense.
Southern Soleil means southern sun. A lot of people don't know that, so Southern Soleil.
Southern sun.
Yep. You love your job, you would say. I feel like she absolutely loves what she does.
Well, and you help women feel so confident. Yes. I remember when you sprayed me, like in the beginning of you opening, you know how overweight I was, and me walking in there, I was so not confident all the time. I was like, I was also super depressed during that time as well. And so just the way I would feel when I came out of there, when you're tan, you feel better. This is all facts.
And it makes your skin so much more moisturized. And she can give you abs.
Yeah. We contour for free.
Yes.
Literally.
It is included in your service.
Contour by me.
It shouldn't be added.
What do you do during your off time? Like, do you work? Are you at that salon like 7 days a week? Like, how does it work for you?
I used to be there 7 days a week, but now I'm there Monday through Friday. Now I'm there on Saturdays and Sundays, but that's like bringing in laundry or like cleaning up some things or restocking, things like that.
Getting ready for the next week.
And so right now we're like in our like growing phase. Like,
tell us the services you offer.
Oh yeah. Yes. So we do obviously sunless tanning. Okay. So teeth whitening, and those are our main services at Southern Soleil. So spray tanning was our first thing, but I was asking like our clients, what other services like would you like? Have you been interested in? This was one that like I could bring in. So that's why we have it. That's literally the only reason that we have it. Sometimes I go back and forth of like, do I want to continue doing it? But then people are so happy with it. I'm like, okay.
Teeth whitening is one of those things too. You get that instant gratification after a couple times that it's like everybody loves their teeth white.
And then we also have an in-house makeup artist. And then
I did not know that.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's good to know.
So Mary Beth Gentry, so Makeup by Gentry, she's our makeup artist, and she's actually coming back she was my first intern.
Yep, I've seen her a lot on your page. Now it makes sense.
She was my first intern at 18, and no one no one believed in her. They wouldn't even pay her $20 to do her eye makeup. And I said,
you're like,
down.
come with me. I know your type. Come with me.
And I said, do my makeup. And I said, those people aren't your friends. I said, they're not your friends. So then she went on. She's a cosmetologist in Wilmington now.
I love it.
And so, but she's coming back to Southern Soleil and she's going to learn to spray. She already knows how to spray, but she has to learn like our way.
Yes.
And then she has already done her makeup.
Oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm. And now we
have more good makeup artists around here, honestly. I love that.
Laura Moore from Meacham Beauty, she's our injector, so Botox lasers.
Oh, I didn't know you did all that.
Okay, I didn't know. After this baby, we got to
Girl,
go
my forehead be bad right
yes.
now. I'm not getting Botox because Chloe's pregnant. I refuse.
I was like,
you guys are doing it together.
I said, you cannot get Botox till after I have this baby, period.
The issue is I have extremely dry skin, especially on my forehead. So when I'm not hydrated, like literally my wrinkles get... Girl, I live off of cabinet.
I know.
It's so bad. But I know I have to hydrate. Everybody, make sure you hydrate because if not, your wrinkles get much deeper. Yeah. But after the baby, we're going to
100%.
Give me like 70 units. I don't even know where to put them.
I love it, though.
Maybe in my neck, too. I don't
love
care.
that y'all offer that, though. So you literally can walk in, you can get sprayed, get your teeth whitened, get some Botox makeup. It's like this
feel like a damn queen.
Self-care studio. It's like the self-care studio. And I love the way it looks. I love how it's like Victorian modern in there.
Ceilings are super high.
Gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
Oh,
and you just feel like you said earlier, the customer service is like literally top notch.
I've never had anybody else more on it
when you go in
you.
there, I know I do. Like I'm in underwear, like pretty much naked. And when I tell you, like I've always felt so comfortable. I mean, I feel pretty much comfortable, whatever. But like I know that you make women feel like completely comfortable, especially most women are not comfortable like that at all in their own skin and showing everything.
Which is
and you're just the best.
Probably why spray tanning took so long to take off here. Because it's just different down here as opposed to big cities where women are like, I don't want to take off my clothes and have somebody spray me like weird. But it's like, no, it's totally a different experience than stepping in a machine because
I'm so glad you say that because
Girl.
So as literally the pioneer around this area of spray tanning, I had to break that stigma.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to make people feel so comfortable.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That like we're buddies as soon as we leave.
Even when we go together, you're like, y'all can stay in the room together. You're like super chill.
And we're
with
very
friends.
much like that, But I think her and I were both raised around moms that were very much like that. I know my mom was always half neat,
Yeah.
So like for me, but I know. That's amazing. Yeah.
Most people here were probably super uncomfortable at first. But like, this girl's going to spray us.
I'm happy.
She's super fun and like asking us all these. So it's like, but as soon as you come in, you ask all the questions, we fill out the stuff. And even when like I came back, I remember it'd been like a year or two and you're like, hey, I need to re-ask these questions. So you're there's something with me, what I love. I don't just love entrepreneurs that are good at what they do. I love entrepreneurs that are intelligent. I need both. I need you to be good at what you do, but you can be good all day long, but not be knowledgeable, compassionate, like all those things. And that's so important. I want to go back really quick though to some of your training. So you've had some really cool people train you. Tell us about it.
So Fabiola Trueo, she's out of Miami. So taking her course.
And she sprays Kardashians or has sprayed the Kardashians.
J-Lo, Mark Wahlberg.
Hence the contouring and
So that's like,
how did that happen? Were you just like, hey,
back to like the tan talk thing,
was she on Tan Talk?
Yes, she was on Tan Talk.
Look at that, she was on Tan Talk.
But no, it was like she had like this a workbook, and then like later on like had training. But this workbook was very basic, as like Norvell even had, like, that's what I trained on. They had a very basic, when I say basic, the basic of the basic training, like, do that, like seriously, like there's no training on like blending or like pH or like what is DHA, like how does it react to the skin, all of that. There was no training on that. So a lot of my training came later in my career as that blossomed more. Okay. So I went on, there's like
I love that. You don't have to know it all, though, to start. There's that, too. Yeah.
There wasn't. And so
you need to start.
At the beginning, people were like, how'd you learn? I just told you, I sprayed myself. Like, because nobody would let me tan them because it wasn't here on the East Coast yet. So again, it was just something that like I saw coming. And I was like, it's going to come. It always starts on the West Coast and then it moves to the East Coast. And I was like, I can do this. And that's literally how we went on. But
went to Miami.
Yep. Miami, trained, did all that. There's been some in like, I've gone to LA. Spray tan class puts a big one on. That's from Kelly Callahan. Who else does a lot of big trainings now? I mean, Instaglow. That's
Instaglow. I like that name.
Yeah. So it's just they're different trainers in the industry that also have been in the industry just as long or in a shorter amount of time that I have. They just like to train and put workshops together, hold conferences. I'm not fulfilled like that at all.
Yeah, I've noticed there's two types of people, but especially in any kind of spa service industry or like hair industry. It's like you're either doing the service or people are making money off doing the classes. Yeah. But most of my friends, they're not doing both. It's one or the other. Yeah. Like Katie, our hair girl, I've asked her, like, why don't you do hair classes? She's like, girl, I'm good. I make enough here. I don't want to do all that. And so
I used to teach at Alexander Paul, and I taught the aesthetic students how to spray. It was a one-day class, but like I said, it just didn't fulfill me. But it does fulfill some other people.
Right.
But to other trainings, every type of solution before we started doing our own solution mixes, like the solution companies have their own training program. So you have to learn that. So literally, unless it's come on the market within the last year, I have sprayed with every single solution.
I love that you know.
I know.
Which is why you can do your own blends, which your blends are the best.
Yes. I can point, thank you so much.
They are.
I can point it out. Like, I know exactly what people use. Like, if it's in person.
What does Donald Trump use?
What is that?
That's makeup.
Can we?
That is full. Makeup? That is full on makeup.
Someone's
full
not
on makeup.
Really?
Somebody is blotting makeup on his face?
There could be tanning bed usage, but it is makeup. It's just really bad makeup. It's just really bad makeup.
I've always wondered if he got the spray tan.
Oompa Loompa.
It's not because you can see exactly where it stops.
There's a line.
Yeah,
it might be a tanning bed with them goggles.
Yeah.
It's strange that his skin turns that color. But sorry though. I've always wondered. Continue. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
So classes. So basically, not basically, but self-taught,
and then later educated. But I can say, like, for real, like if someone asks me about a solution line, I can tell you the percentage, what they use, like if they're aloe based, alcohol based, like I can tell you like everything about the solution.
What do you think the best, like the base that you use now? What is that?
Well,
is it like aloe?
It's aloe based. Yes,
I love that. That's why it's so smooth.
So it's more hydrating. But what we use in North Carolina is not going to be what someone needs to use in California.
Different air. It's dry out there.
Okay.
It's dry out there. It's more
so you have to have more moisture. They have to have more moisture. I cannot talk.
I'm sure they need a lot more moisturizer.
My mouth is like
they're probably whipping through spray tans faster too over there, I bet. So they're really getting a better service here with you because people are like, it needs to last a long time. It's like, dude, as long as I'm good for like 3 days on my trip, 3 days max. Yes. I don't even, you know what I mean?
And it doesn't fade weird.
I know, like when we went on your birthday, we looked crazy good for her birthday in March. Like the girls we were with, they were like, we were too. Remember our friends that we were? They're like, we were too scared to go when we were like, we told y'all to go to Ellen.
Help you.
Yeah,
I don't know who took a picture with who. I remember someone posting a picture, and I was like, "Whoa, that girl should have got spray tan."
It's our friend Cassidy. It's our good friend Cassidy, and we told her, and she knows her,
but she's like, it doesn't work with my skin. I'm like, that's not true.
That's not
true.
They've
been in the box,
I think she's they're kind of a ginger, a little,
just going too dark. Like I wore my Rapid for 2 hours. because I didn't want to be super dark.
Yeah.
And I like to have it fade
Gosh, I
evenly.
love the rapid. That's my favorite.
We're
Yeah.
gonna make her get one for my bachelorette party. Like
Oh, for
whenever I get
sure.
married someday,
yeah.
that's when we're gonna make her. I'm gonna be like, you don't have a choice. It's my choice here, and you're gonna spray her. She looks so hot, man.
Especially too, like for
Just try it,
pregnancy.
y'all.
Like I can't wait to get sprayed by you before I do maternity photos because they just make you look so beautiful.
They
and I wish
do.
more women would like understand. Like get sprayed for your maternity
Seriously.
shoot. Get sprayed like for special occasions. Like it's just like getting your nails done. Like anytime
Do you do like a monthly kind of like?
So you used to.
We
remember
used to,
that.
We
Yeah.
used to, but it just does not work
Pivot.
for
Yeah,
us.
I bet.
It truly does not
bet.
work for us. Our
better
spray
to make more
tans.
money on demand.
Yes.
So our spray tans last 7 to 10 days. Our turnover rate is about 12 to 14. So I really don't want to spray you on top of your old tan. And
No.
most people come in and they still have old tan. So when we were doing the membership, I felt like I was doing a disservice to people because they wanted to come in and get their tan so they get, worth their
But
membership.
the other one wasn't all the way off yet, was it?
And then your tans aren't good and it's just fading bad. So like I felt bad. And then also that's my work. Like I don't want people to see that who's not a regular and be like, I don't want to look like that.
I love to go the day before my event. Like literally the day or the day, right? Literally the day before actually is usually the best one.
Yep. So we recommend 2 days before.
Yeah.
But it's preference. Some
days,
people like to get sprayed 3 days before their event, and some
Yeah.
people like to get 1 day before because they like that next day bronzer look.
Dark.
But that second day, it helps like
Let it sink
tone down
in.
all the bronzers, and then it evens out more.
Yes.
But it's preference 1 to 3 days.
I feel like I'm usually flying the next day anyways.
yeah.
You have literally like I've gone to weddings. I've gone to I went to this thing remember in DC it was like 6 years ago when I was dating this guy and you're like I know you're going to be around a bunch of like wealthy people and all this stuff and you're like I'm about to make you look so right and you did. I
Expensive
literally
skin.
felt
That's what you give
I
is
felt
expensive skin.
Like it was
Well, and that's the
had
thing.
the best
That's
dress
what
on, man. Yes.
I love that too about you. Like, I really love being friends and connected with entrepreneurs that understand what luxury is too. Like, you give luxury to your service, and that's important.
It really is. So I try to think about like how I would like to be treated. So I was on Instagram this morning and Dorothy Wang, Crazy Rich Asians, basically, you know. So she said, she goes, one of my luxury pet peeves is when you go to get your robe and the belt falls down. I was like, a belt has never fallen in Southern Soleil because we always loop it. We always loop it because those are the little things.
Yes.
Those are the little things. Like, why would you have to bend down naked to pick up a piece of cloth to put it around you? It should already be belted and ready to go.
It's going to trigger at home when you're at home doing it and it falls down. Like, you're like, oh my God.
So those are the little things like getting our clothes warmers, having like warm lavender cloths to wipe down on. So we've built this. We did not start up top.
Well, nobody does in true fashion unless you come from wealth.
Yes, if you have money,
to build it. And I love that. So because we're kind of running a little low, we would love to hear two things. The first thing is, how do you manage your mental health and your well-being with being a business owner? And the second thing is, what advice do you give to women that want to open a business? So we can start kind of with the mental health. Like, how do you make sure you're well with being so busy and being newly married since, what was it, May this year?
May 25th,
Congratulations. You looked beautiful. You look very intimate, very beautiful, very calm, zen.
Yes.
But yeah, what do you do to take care of Ellen and also to take care of your relationships? Relationships.
So it's been a work in progress. I've gotten to the point where I'm back, and I feel like I have my schedule down to a T. It has not always been like that because there's been times in my life where I couldn't have a schedule. Like my work, I couldn't have a schedule.
Which is chaotic.
So having a schedule, and being disciplined to stick to it and like getting up, like you're tired, but get up. Like I got up this morning at 5:30. I went to bar, did my workout, came here, you know, like all that, you know, try to eat right. Eating like we don't think about this, but it is true. Like you should hydrate and nourish your body and do all these things. And you really don't think about that in your 20s. But as you cross over to your 30s, you're like, crap,
you feel it.
I really need to start taking care of myself more. So I don't know if y'all noticed, I have just like started getting back on social media within the last probably, I would say 8 to 12 months. Yeah. Because before
you were gone for a while because you disappeared off my algorithm.
Yep. I was gone.
Yeah, and that's okay. And so you have to take a little break.
I disappeared because I had to refocus. And when I didn't have to put that out for the world that I wasn't well. It wasn't that I wasn't well. I wasn't well with myself.
Yeah.
And so
it's important to not share that out with the world though. I went through that myself when I was going through a lot of my mental health stuff and I was like, nah, I'm not going to put that out there.
Yeah. So I just was like, no, I'm not going to do it. So I just pulled back. And then when I came back and ready, I knew I was going to come back hard.
I love it.
And you know, here we are. Yes. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Okay. So basically, in a nutshell,
scheduling and being disciplined.
Yeah.
Literally, like that's
knowing what to cut off.
And also, though, treat yourself like you treat your friends, your family,
and your
clients, and your customers. Absolutely. You have to treat yourself like that.
So
and
true.
I know everyone says boundaries, but it is boundaries.
Yeah.
I've cut so many people. I'm like,
well, I don't care. It's a capacity thing. That's one thing my therapist taught me. Like, it's a capacity thing, and you've got to nourish yourself. Your and your most important coveted relationships around you first before everything else. And as a business owner, you have clients that you have to be on for, you have to show up for. If they come in and they vent to you, obviously, unless it's like somebody like us or somebody that you have a good relationship with, if they're like, how's your day? And your day's shitty, you're not going to tell them that. You're going to be like, you know, it is going great. I have worked out. Like, you've got to maintain a level of professionalism, and you can't do that unless you're nourishing yourself. So I love that you said you had to take a step back. So from social specifically, because that can be a monster, reevaluate, get yourself well, positive affirmations, positive self-talk. Because we've all been there where it's like we've looked in the, I remember looking in the mirror and being like, you are so ugly. You look disgusting.
Oh, I would
horrible
say that
things
out
about
loud.
myself.
I was about
and
like,
men don't get it, right? Because they're like, don't say that. You should. And it's like, you don't understand. Like, I know that I shouldn't be here, but it's like you can't, when you're in that trap, you can't like get out of it. It's really hard to get out of that. I'm really proud of you for being able to escape it, because that's some shit that nobody can
in the dungeons
explain unless they've been through it. So I love that. So let's finish up with what advice, you know, because I really love that we took this like entrepreneur, girl power hustle route.
Yes.
What advice do you give women that are wanting to build something, but right now they have nothing? They have nothing but the dream, and they do have a little bit of a skill set. What advice do you wish you told yourself back then?
So one thing about me is I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. There were so many no's and doors slammed in my face. And recently, I was literally able to look one of the men in the face that told me that my business would never survive on Dickinson. He ate his fucking words.
Oh, I love it so much. I love it. Did you tell him to his face or on the phone? We need to know this.
Oh, I love that so much.
I was right in front of his face.
This is great.
I love that.
And the only reason
face to face is my favorite.
Me too.
The only reason he wanted to talk to me and he acted like he didn't know me was because I was right beside a big celebrity, and they were like, this is my friend Ellen. He's like, hi, my name's... I'm like, I know who you are.
That's so gross.
I know who you are. Let's like recoup.
Let's come back.
So, so many doors have been slammed in my face. And I just think that if someone wants to start a business, just do it. Like, please just do it. Like, I get so frustrated with people talking.
Yeah.
I told you guys, like, I literally started a business. I didn't know what I was doing, but I had to provide for myself. At the end of the day, that's what you're doing. Who cares? So, like, one of the things, like, I get nervous a lot. I don't get embarrassed. Like, I don't get embarrassed about, like, where I came from or, like, the glow up that I had. Like, you need that hustle.
That's the realness, and that's the reality. Mm-hmm. That's how people actually build something.
Yeah, literally. Absolutely. Yeah. So, Nike, just do it. Yeah. I'm so serious, and I hate to say it like that, but, like...
No, it's true.
You are stopping yourself from growth. Yeah. Like, why... Are you serious? Are you so serious that, like, you're afraid of the 10 people that watch your stories right now? The 10 people that watch your stories? Because I didn't have, when I started my business, I'd never had social media, even though we grew up with MySpace and Facebook. Yeah. I never had any of that.
I was going to say that in the beginning, but I just forgot. But I remember you did
not. I've never had any social media until I had my business. So I had to learn all of that. Yeah. So if you've been in that space... You've already, I mean, you don't even have to grow. Like, you know it. Yeah. So just seriously, just do it. Stop talking about it. Seriously, stop talking about it. Yeah. It's so annoying. Yeah. Like, just do
really,
it.
Yeah. Really, yeah. And even with the podcast, there's been so many people who have reached out to us and they're like, we don't know what to do. We don't know how to start it. We don't, and it's like, if you want to do a podcast or do any of that, just find somebody that can film you or get the shit off Amazon and do it in your living room and film. Like, I love that you said that, because that is also one of my pet peeves is people are like, oh, she just got so lucky, or oh, she just had it. And it's like, y'all have nobody, we're not coming from wealth. I mean, my dad was in fucking foster care. Like, she lived in a hotel. Yeah. You were eating honey and crackers. Like,
literally in a motel. Yeah. You know, even with this podcast, it was like, we literally one day looked at each other and we're like, we're going to do a podcast. So that's exactly what we did. Yeah. Right. You know what I mean? So many people are like, just like you said, the talk, I want to do this. I want to do this. Woe is me. Woe is me.
I just can't. I can't do it. That's those people snip. Y'all are out.
Well, no, really. They are. It's a virus. It is a virus. If you surround yourself with people like that, or even have them speak anything into you, like, a lot.
Yeah. I don't even entertain it. Actually, I had somebody text me the other day. It was about, like, some business stuff with Cincy, and she was so negative. And I literally said, listen, I said, number one, I'm moving into a house. I don't have time for this. If you haven't figured it out in a week, get back to me. Yeah. Because I'm just not in the space where it's like, look, if you're struggling, you have a time to text me a paragraph about what is hard in your life. Like,
we didn't have Google growing up. We have it now.
Right. Like, just move your body, move your mind, figure it out as you go. You don't have to know it all, but you do need the right people in your corner to do things. You had, well, number one, you're an independent boss, which I think that intuition, which I really want to leave with the viewers, that's super important. You have to have that internal intuition of, you know, it sounds like the no's motivated you. And I remember me hearing a lot of no's. You've heard a lot of no's in building our business. We heard people say, you're crazy, you're this, you're that. And I'm so glad we kept going, because we actually built direct sales when it fucking mattered. And when you could do it.
Social media
before.
No social media.
Now it's a different game. Direct sales is going out. Affiliates are going in. We built it when everybody was like, oh, you know, and we were like, no, we're going to do it together. And so
same thing with spray tan, and built it when everyone said, that's never going to fly.
And literally in Raleigh, you don't really see tanning beds. It's all spray salons in Raleigh. Literally, there's one in my complex right now. So it's you being intuitive, a visionary, being just headstrong, going, I'm going to make this happen no matter what. And that's something that can't be taught. It's something from within.
It's innate.
100%.
But I do believe if there are women out there that are hearing this, they need to see what you've done. And obviously, so what are your socials? It is
Southern Soleil on Instagram and on Facebook.
Just Southern Soleil is your business one. So y'all find her on Instagram.
Go get a spray tan, man.
Go get a spray. Travel to her. She's in Greenville, North Carolina. I'm telling you, like,
bring your girls.
2 hours is nothing to drive for this woman. Even more than that. Salon's beautiful. It's
an experience.
It really is, and that's what they're gonna get from you. And, like, we're just so glad that you took the time to be here with us today. Yes. Really, it means a lot, and you're kicking ass.
And you're also, like, through what you've been through and everything else. Like, every interaction I've ever had with you has been wonderful and positive. And like every time I see you, you know, you come up to me and smile and give me a hug, like no matter if you're with 20 people or one.
And who knows what you were going through internally at that time.
So like
you seem like that
you're
kind of
just
person.
such a light, and I love it.
Thank you.
And the world needs that.
I'm thankful you're here in Greenville. For sure.
I mean, and that's what Greenville needs is, and there's a lot of people like you actually here.
Yes.
There's a lot of badass
They're
women
hidden
here.
gems.
Yes,
it's a hidden
is right for sure.
Yes,
100%.
women that are like, oh, you're freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
many.
which is why
like
we
all the
interview
girls
women.
we've been having on this podcast, they're all hidden gems here for sure.
So, okay. Well, I think that we are going to wrap this up, you guys. You can find Southern Soleil on socials, on Instagram, on Facebook. You can book with her. You know, most importantly, too, we hope that you guys just got some Just Do It energy today. And you can see, like, showing up is glowing up. And you can be up, down, and all around with whatever it is with your business idea or whatever. But the crazier, the better, in our opinion. If you have a crazy idea or if you feel like there's something that the world needs, that's kind of why we were created, was for different purposes. And so go out and do it. All right, guys.
See you guys next time.
Bye.